Hello, just sitting here drinking my fizz, which I love. And I thought I would share what I think is the truth about Arbonne, just from my experience. So I've had experience working with Arbonne and using Arbonne products for nearly 11 years. And I always think there's a lot to know about the inside information, the fly on the wall experience. So previously to Arbonne, I used to work in ophthalmology. I worked for Specsavers Opticians, or high street opticians in the UK. Loved what I did. And our life took a dramatic turn when our second daughter had a stroke and a brain hemorrhage. And for us, it came completely out of the blue. And it meant that she spent a long time in hospital. And when she did recover, she still had a lot of time going back and forth to hospital. She was having fits and seizures, and she'd have endless appointments. If you've ever known anybody to have a child with any kind of additional care needs, then you'll know it's like a full-time job in itself. So I left my career in ophthalmology to be her main carer. I lived in hospital with her, and then when she was eventually discharged, I was with her for every single appointment, every ambulance visit, everything. She always had me there. But me and my husband still had bills to pay. So much like most people, they have outgoings. And because my income was gone, it was all then reliant on my husband to pay those outgoings that we had. And he didn't earn enough to pay for all the outgoings that we collectively did together when I was working. So he started working overtime. However, he has an autoimmune called fibromyalgia, or otherwise known as chronic fatigue. And when you have chronic fatigue or any autoimmune, you shouldn't really be full working full time's tricky anyway, because you need a lot of rest to recover, but working overtime really is quite detrimental to your health. So him working overtime was putting him into an early grave. So I actually went on to benefits to try and help her, so government support, and I hated it. I hated being on government support. Not that there's anything wrong with being on government support, but I was somebody that was raised to roll my sleeves up, get to work if you're able. Obviously, that isn't the case for everybody, but I really believe in our country that those government support, that benefit is there for people that really need it. And because I felt like I was able to work, I just didn't know how to do it around my daughter. I was actively looking for a way to work around my daughter. I did not want to stay on benefits at all. So when she was in hospital, I realised I could work from my phone, but it would have to be a self-employed role. No one would employ me because I was always like here, there, and everywhere with my daughter, having her seizures and having her appointments. But I knew I could be self-employed and find a way to create an income. So I actually was looking for a franchise, because a lot of franchises I was aware they've already been created. So Specsavers, for example, that I worked for when I worked in ophthalmology was a franchise, is a franchise, but it's the type of franchise where customers walk into the shop, they look at the things that there are to buy, and then they buy them. I was happy to buy a franchise, but I knew it had to be something online where customers walk through the online shop, the portal, the website, and I could support them with possibly making a purchase. But it had to be online, it had to be from my phone. So I came across Arbonne. I loved the fact it had been around for 45 years, so it was a long-standing company. I loved the fact that it was from Switzerland. I loved that it was over 500 products in the shop, so I was going to be able to build a customer base. There was going to be something for everybody. I loved that the products were clean, they were pure, they were safe, they were beneficial. So it was products that people are now looking for. People are looking for clean, safe products that don't have like links to cancer and stuff like that. Like this is a real big thing for people these days. So I loved all of that. I loved that knowing if I was going to invest my time into this business, it was going to be worth my while, because if I'd started a franchise selling, let's say like a kitchen blender, for example, I have one, I love it. But how many times do people buy a kitchen blender? Like once, maybe. I mean, my Thermi is probably 7, 8 years old, and I love it and I rate it and I tell everyone they should buy one, but I don't replace it that often. I've never replaced it. I've bought one and it's still going. So for me, thinking I'm going to invest my time into this business, it had to be something that customers would constantly be buying from me. So everybody, well, most people buy toothpaste, deodorant, shampoo, body wash, makeup optional, skincare. Some people buy skincare, things that they eat, things that they drink, breakfast, supplements, vitamins, minerals. Stay calm powder is a big one. Energy fizz sticks, so B vitamin drinks are a big one. A lot of people don't get the right amount of B vitamins a day, and that affects their mood. So I have a lot of people that buy those. So I knew that by having these products for people to buy, they would rebuy them on a regular basis. So I would build up a regular ordering client base. Whereas if you're selling a kitchen blender, people don't buy that like every month. Same for tables. You know, I have a table. I think everyone should have a table. They're great. But how often do you rebuy a table? Whereas when it comes to, say, mascara, people rebuy mascara. When one runs out, they buy another one. So you're getting a repeat order of that. So I loved all of that. So I actually bought my franchise for £50 for the year, which I think is really reasonable. I love the money back guarantee. So this is what I say to people who are considering doing Arbonne for themselves. Now, I never know if somebody's going to have a successful business or not. And I tend to find people that are really salesy, or have a salesy background, they don't tend to do as well. That doesn't mean to say that they can't, but they tend not to do as well because they're very focused on sales. Whereas people that come into this business that either don't have a sales background or they're not focused on the sales, they're focused more on helping people, tend to be more successful. Because I do find that this business is about helping people find solutions to their problems. So people will come to us and they'll say, look, I've got bloating, my little one's got eczema. I'm trying to do everything I can to. I have a lot of people that will say to me, I want to avoid having cancer, but that's not something we can do. We can't make any medical claims. But I have a lot of people that come to me and they're like, if it happens to me or a member of my family, I want to be able to say I did everything that I could to try and avoid this being a part of our lives. Like, I'm not a smoker, I don't drink or drink excessively, and I use really clean products that don't have these links. So I have a lot of people that come to me that say this. And I do always say, we can't make medical claims. We can't say if you buy our safe deodorant that yes, it's recommended. It's the number one recommended deodorant by is it Cancer Research? I can't think, one of the big charities. It's the number one recommended deodorant. However, I can't say if you use that, that's you're not going to get it. I can't say that. However, I have clients that say to me, that's okay that you can't make that medical claim because I want to fall asleep at night knowing I did all I could do. And it wasn't because I used a toxic deodorant. It wasn't because I used a toxic shampoo. It wasn't because I used toxic skincare, toxic makeup, etc. So I can't even think what my point was about that. Oh yeah, I think it was just about using like the really clean products. So, oh, salesy, that's it. So when I have people that come in and they just want to help people, they make this business a success. When that is their main thought, those people make this business a success. The business is really straightforward and it's actually quite an easy business to make successful because all you need to do is two things. This is it. It's so simple. Number one, you need to have some customers. So when people come in to Arbonne and they're like, I don't know if I know anybody that's going to shop from me, I always say to them, childminders say the same, landscape gardeners say the same, accountants say the same, hairdressers say the same. You know, if you decided your passion was in being a hairstylist, you decide you're going to train to be a hairstylist, and then you tell all your friends and family, I'm now trained to be a hairstylist, you're going to find that your friends and family either already have a hairstylist, a hairdresser that they like, and they're not willing to switch, or they don't want to come to you, and that's not going to, you can't allow that to stop your dreams. You have to keep promoting yourself until you find your customers. And you don't need many. You only really need about 10 customers to have a successful business. So that's not really a lot. And I found for me, my customers were strangers. So I started using these products. My initial purchase was using the kids' hair and body wash. And because of the results I had on my children's skin, people were interested in talking to me about the products. I explained to them about how our products work, how clean they are, how one bottle of Arbonne hair and body wash is equivalent to 52 bottles that you'd buy from the shop because they are fully concentrated. They're not watered down. So that one bottle will last you a year rather than buying a bottle every single week. Better for the environment as well. And it's going to save you money in the long run. So it's like buying in bulk, I suppose, if you like. And I explained to them if it doesn't work, you actually get a full money back guarantee. So it's quite easy to build up a customer base because you're just using the products you would want to use. You build up your testimonials, then you share that with people, and hopefully you'll probably find that your friends and family, they may not buy from you because maybe they buy from elsewhere, but your friends and family will tell people. They'll go to work and say, oh, my friend, she started selling these products from Arbonne. They're Swiss, they're a B corporation, they're vegan, they're gluten-free, they work. And then that friend will message you and say, our mutual friend Bob recommended you to me. So that's kind of how this grows. So you only really need about 10 customers. So that's quite straightforward, isn't it? That's quite easy. And then I would say to my team, really look after your customers because people are fed up of going to the supermarket or going to like Boots or Superdrug and buying their products, and the person that they're buying from doesn't give an absolute rat's about whether that product works, teaches you how to use it. Like they really are not bothered. You're just a number to them. Whereas in our bar, every customer is special to us. We make sure that they order the right products on their website. We make sure they get the best discount possible. When the free gift unlocks, we're talking to them about what would be a good free gift for them because we've got to know what their needs and requirements are. When the products arrive, we make sure that they know how to use the products. Most of us send our clients birthday cards, Valentine's cards, Christmas cards. We just absolutely roll the red carpet out for our clients, and people love it. They love to feel special. So once we have a client, they stay with us for life because they just love the experience that we provide for them. So that's quite easy, isn't it? 10 customers is so simple and straightforward. So that's part one. Part two is you need to help four people learn how to do arbonne. That's it. Four people. And they don't even need to be people that you know. You'll probably find that you'll get referred people to you. So when I started this business, one of the people that joined me was my childhood friend that I knew when I was in primary school, who I think I'd shared something on Facebook and she said, "Oh, this sounds like something I'd be really interested in." The second person was somebody that I saw running. I saw running and I kind of vaguely knew who they were, vaguely saw them running, stopped for a chat, told them, she said, "What are you up to these days?" I said, "Oh, I've started this business with arbonne." Gave her like a 2 minute summary of arbonne. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, that sounds like something my friend would be really interested in." Her friend joined. Who was the third person that I introduced? I can't even remember now. Can't even think. It'll probably come to me though. Anyway, so it's just those four people that you're looking for to help set up their own business. That's it. And then you just work with them and work together and help them have their 10 customers and do the same and repeat, 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 rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So it's so straightforward. So some of the things that we get asked are, is it easy? Yeah, it's dead straightforward. It's dead easy. It's dead straightforward. But what I will say is you kind of have to put up with, I suppose people judging you. I suppose people saying like, "Oh, why are you doing that?" And then you say to them, "Well, because I want to make an absolute fortune, and this is the best way to do it. You can make millions of pounds out of building this type of business, and you can do it around your family, and you can be present for your family. So, unless you're somebody that can put big money into property or stocks and shares and investment banking, this is a great way for normal people to make millions and millions of pounds. And if your dream isn't to make millions and millions of pounds, maybe your dream is to make just a few £1,000s, and this is a great way to do it. So you kind of have to put it with people being a little bit judgy, but I just think if I listened to the people that were a bit rude to me in the beginning of doing my arbonne business, I wouldn't have had two more children that I've had because of this business. I wouldn't have been able to buy the house that we bought, and it's our dream house as well. Have all the time flexibility that I've got from this business. So I think you have to weigh up what you want and what this business will give you versus people being a little bit rude and a little bit mean. So what else can I tell you that I think is really interesting? You get a dopamine hit constantly from this business. So you get a lot of recognition in this business, which gives you a massive dopamine hit. So you find that a lot of people in arbonne are quite happy people. And that's because they're constantly getting that dopamine hit from recognition, from support, from positivity, from the love. There's always something that makes you smile. There's always something that just makes you feel really good. So you tend to find there's quite a lot of happiness in arbonne. So a lot of people are quite happy, which I think is probably where some judginess comes from people not in arbonne. They're like, "Why are they always so happy?" There's a lot of dopamine hits running around. So that's really quite nice. You get to go for loads of incentive trips. So I've been on over 30 incentive trips that I've earned with arbonne. I'm about to go to Arizona in a couple of weeks. That was an incentive trip. I'm going to Las Vegas soon, and then I'm on my way to earning another trip to Dubai. We went last year as a family of 6, and I'm about to earn another trip to Dubai. So there's lots of incentive trips to go for. You can go for a car bonus where every month you get paid, I think, £750 a month to buy or lease a white Mercedes, and that will be covered by arbonne. So that's an incentive that you can go for. What else can I tell you that I think is really interesting? The tax benefits are amazing. When you're self-employed, the tax benefits to arbonne are incredible. So a lot of people get a tax rebate when they first start building their business. Obviously, tax deductible expense. There's a lot of things with arbonne using the products, being able to share the products, meeting potential customers, potential team members for dinner, and being able to tax deduct that. Team incentives. So we do a lot of spa incentives, and they're tax deductible as well. What else can I tell you? That's really a good part of it. Products are great. You get to use the products at cost. Um, Fly on the wall. What would I want to know when I first started this business? What would I want to know? I suppose I'd want to know what the potential was, and the potential is limitless. So I have been paid out over £1 million from this business. So from payouts from this business over my time doing this business. And there's no limit on that. I know people that are earning £200,000 a month from this business. They've been doing it a little while. They didn't just start yesterday, but just telling you what the potential is with this business is just absolutely incredible. It makes my like hair stand on end when I think about where I'm going with this business. And 11 years in this business probably sounds like a long time, but I'm still a baby in this business. People have been in this business for 45 years. So they're turning over a big, 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 big money. And they're just normal people as well. So any normal person, if they're willing to work hard at this business, can create the most incredible income. But what I love about it is you're not giving all your hours to be able to create that income. You get time flexibility, and time is more important than money. But imagine having both. This business does that. It gives you time and money and your health as well, because it's all about being healthy. So you're doing a business that promotes you being healthy while you're earning income and having time. I don't know what else I can tell you. I don't know if there's anything else that I think I would have wanted to know when I started. I just wanted to get started. I was like, I'm getting started. I love the idea of all the positivity, the excitement, that rush of adrenaline constantly that this business gives you. And the simplicity of it. It's dead simple. People describe this business and they make it so complicated when it's absolutely so simple. Two things, 10 customers, four active business builders that you can help coach, mentor, and train. And you don't even need to be able to be a coach or mentor to be able to train them, because you have somebody that's mentoring you that will do that for you. It's just genius. It's just absolutely genius. So this month, the business is actually on sale, which is a great time to start. And then you can get straight away stuck into the trainings, the WhatsApp group, the Facebook support, and start building up your customer base. And everybody will help you do that. And it's just absolutely incredible. You would never look back and say, "Oh, I really regretted building my extraordinary, amazing Arbonne business." That would just never happen. So I hope that helps. If you want to make a decision on doing Arbonne, I would love to see you in the team. I love our team. We have so much fun. It's like a little family. We have so much camaraderie. And I just think the more nice people involved with us, the better. So I hope you want to join us.